Hey, what's going on, everybody? You can call me Snippy, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. In the last one, wait, what did I do last time? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I pushed back all these stores, which was very important to do because it was kind of ruining everything. So that's fixed. That's good. And now that I did that, I think it's safe to say the next goal I have is I want to. That's not even. I want to get rid of all the stone and dirt. I want to actually enclose this environment. That's what I want to do. So, well, this is gonna have to just be like an empty thing, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. First step is I gotta make all the concrete solid because the music came on and I'm like, that's a good time to start the video, isn't it? So I did, even though I'm not really ready yet, but that's fine. This is just a bonus. It's just a bonus. Why did it take me that long just to get that box out of there? I don't know, okay? I don't know. But I got a bunch of quartz for the floors that I need to fix, and probably here. No, I don't know. I don't want to think about how I'm gonna do this yet. All right, I think I kind of already have an idea, but we'll get there when we get there. We'll get there when we get there. First things important. First things first. Let's get all this concrete ready to go. That's the main thing to do. So, you know, when I started Minecraft earlier today, you know, when I started, and I was gonna start recording, but it's, you know, I wasn't ready yet. But it was playing a new song that I've never heard before, and it was amazing. It was really good, and I would have loved to talk over it. It sounded almost sarcastic. I would have loved to have that as a backing track, but you know, alas, it has been ended for a long time, and I had to go into the Nether anyway, which would have ended it. So ultimately, there was no way that would have worked, but that's fine. I'm sure one day it'll come on again, and then we'll see what happens then. I don't know. I don't know how much. Hold on. This is really annoying me. Like, this is just annoying me so much. Okay. I'm not 100% sure just how much Minecraft we have left. I mean, again, once I'm done with the mall, probably gonna retire the series because I just, or at least not. Maybe I'll find some reason to play new updates or something, but I don't know. Maybe I'll start a new series or something. I don't want to write off the possibility. That's actually probably what I need to do. Because the reason I want to stop mostly is because it's getting absurdly repetitive, even for me, playing this and working on these projects. I'm not really that big of a building person to begin with, so it's kind of a miracle that it's gone on as long as it has. But also I feel like, well, doing things a little differently is kind of the whole point of the channel, so I don't mind, you know, it's all right. It is fine, and you know what? I'm enjoying the process nonetheless. So let's get this concrete ready. Now, here's the ultimate tactic. The ultimate tactic. You just do this until you have it all. It's that easy, and I don't know why I didn't start doing that to begin with. Well, I mean, it's kind of boring to do it this way, but also it's a lot faster. But also the music ended, so I can actually just cut. That's a great idea! Okay, so all the concrete has been solidified, at least for now. I'm probably gonna need to make some more, because of course I will, but it should be good enough for now. You know, there's a thing that I've heard about recently. It's like, you know, background noise, right? Like noises that are just, your brain kind of just like tunes out totally, and you just like forget that it's even there. Like you don't even like perceive it. It's like it's not even there, you know what I mean? Where's my stone cutter? Okay, I found it. All right, what a miracle. I don't actually know if I want to do that yet. Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. Okay. We're gonna start with 2 stacks of quartz bricks. But yeah, just static noises that you just tune out. And I was trying to think if I had any. Well, I do. And I actually think I thought it was normal. I thought it was normal to have just noise in the background. I thought that was a normal thing everybody liked. You know, like a whirring of a fan, or... That's really it. That's the only one that I really like and have constantly. I guess humming lights are nice. My fridge has always made this really weird humming noise. Even we got a new fridge and it makes the same noise, which is weird. At least at one point. It's not new anymore or anything, but and if you're wondering what it sounds like the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 Office. It sounds exactly like that. Exactly like that. There was also this hand soap that I used at the time with this like specific scent, and around the time when that second game came out, and I would, you know, have freshly washed my hands, be in the kitchen, smell that smell, and hear that noise, and so it has been forever ingrained within my brain, and those two things are linked to the game, which even though they have nothing to do with it. That's just a little fun fact for you. My brain is just entirely linked those things together. Anyway, I don't know why I got so many quartz, because I didn't really need them today. That wasn't the priority. Oh well, let's use this concrete. But I've never disliked those kinds of sounds. I've actually always really liked them. I do... It's to the point where I need a fan. It can be freezing cold, and I need a fan because I just need it to make noise. And I rationalized this when I was a kid by saying to myself, if ghosts are real and there's a fan going, it'll blow the ghosts away. So that was my justification, and basically that led to I never, ever, ever turn fans off. Well, the fan in the room I'm in off. I sleep with a fan on my ceiling. And now I have this ceiling fan in here is always on. Then I got a standing fan because the ceiling fan doesn't do anything to actually cool me off. And even the standing fan, probably has something to do with the, I don't know why I'm wearing so many clothes right now, but whatever. I'm like wearing a lot of layers for no reason. Because I look cool, that's why. But yeah, it's I like noises like that. I appreciate them. And the reason I bring this up is because I've noticed, and I don't want to say this because it might ruin everything for you. But there may or may not be some noise that's almost literally always there in the background for on my video, on my streams, on my microphone, where crickets, you can hear crickets, and there's an explanation for that. There's a goddamn cricket infestation in this house, and I don't know why. I never heard of that. I don't think crickets normally act like that. Maybe it has to do with summer. Maybe I don't know. I don't know, but like there's so many crickets in this house, and it's bad. I like close the window to make sure that the crickets outside wouldn't, you know, the audio wouldn't bleed into the house, because they're also just like lining the entire house. And I saw a cricket on the wall nearby, and when I shut the window, I saw a baby cricket climb down from the windowsill. And the screen doors are very damaged, so that might explain why how they exist. My only question is like, why? I mean, why can't we just like talk to them? Why can't we? How have we not invented? It could be like a scent, right? Like a scent that they smell it and they're like, we gotta go, and they leave, and they just make them fuck off. Like, can we just do that? Like, come on. Ugh. I don't like want to kill him. This has always been a thing. I'm not even gonna lie. This has been a thing for a long time. The seeing crickets in his room on constantly, relatively constantly, not super constant. Okay, can I see a cricket right now if I look around? No, I don't. So it's not that bad, but you know, it gets worse past midnight. I think that's when they like to come out. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good. There was a time when this kind of started where I was trying to, you know, cease their efforts to coexist with I because, you know, they're being very invasive for crickets. But they just, I thought it was over. I thought I got them all, and I didn't. So it's like, what can you do? And then one day I just like, oh, I don't care anymore. They can do that. They're not like they're not harmful anyway, right? Don't they like eat things that are bad for the house? Like that's fine. No, they are bad because there's so goddamn many. And what's worse is that they're so goddamn annoying. But I've tuned out that noise entirely. Hearing crickets chirping, I just don't even hear it anymore. I don't hear it. There's like a similar thing with like the fire alarm noise. And I never knew that was a thing until recent years. So, I mean, I don't think that's a thing, though. I feel like I would have heard that in some kind of feedback when my friends would have told me. So, I know that's not a noise that I hear and am, like, too familiar with to not hear or whatever. Like, but the crickets, they're basically my version of that. And, except it's, like, ultra constant and they just don't stop. And it's not good. I told my parents about this, and I guess we'll see how they decide that needs to be dealt with. I don't know. I have no idea. But you need to leave this place because you do not belong. Okay. There's a place of cleanliness, and zombies aren't clean. I mean, there's a bath open. You know, you could. No, it's a swimming pool. Why does it have a bath entrance then? Because I decided that it should be so. And that's all you need. Anyway. I actually do need more quartz because I need to finish that all that stuff up there. That will work just fine as it is. Now, there might not be a cricket in this house right now, in my room in this current moment, but there is some other tiny little flying dot bug, what I call them, because they're just flying pixels. I don't know what purpose they serve. I don't know what kind of lives they lead. I don't know how long they live. I don't know how they contribute to the ecosystem. I don't know how they contribute to the food chain, but they're just little tiny dots that fly around. They're like, I don't know, they're not like flies because they never grow up. I've never seen a grown one. They're always just tiny. So I don't know what those are, but I'm starting to think they're just like flying pixels. You know what I mean? Like if it was a video game, that's what it would be. It's a pixel that just moves around on its own like a DVD logo. I don't know, man. I just want my stone cutter. I just want. This is why when I was a kid, I was like, I want to live in a vault, so nothing can get in. There shouldn't be a single bug in my house. I want a sterilized laboratory environment. Is that weird? Is that strange? Because I think I would love that. I would love to be in a sterile metal vault door laboratory. I would 100% do that. Because, like, why do these things have to intrude on us so bad? I wish we could just tell them to leave. I wish it was detrimental to them to be in our space. Because we don't go into their fucking space. I don't go and crawl into holes in the ground or wherever they live. I don't do that. So why are they here? And they're like... constantly. Why? Why does it have to be this way? Standing here, I realize why it has to be this way, but these goddamn, like, pests and, like, creatures, I just don't understand. I just don't get it. I wish I could just tell them to leave, but they're not humans, so you can't. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? I guess I'll live with it. What more can I do? It's an Iron Shovel Alliance member! I was gonna give him a better title than that, but I was like, I don't care. He's dead already. Who cares? Okay. This is coming along nicely. Reports of a cursed object. It may be able to aid you in your investigation. Okay. Let's sleep. I'm clapping. Why? I don't know why. It's very inconvenient that I did that when I went into bed. I was about to scream really loud for no reason, but I don't think I need to do that. Anyway. What was I doing? I don't know. What was I doing? Placing some blocks. Yo, yo. Okay. This floor shall be finished, and it shall loop around. What is this fallen Archer Lord marksman of the fallen kingdom? He's dead now. And I spat all over my monitor. What are you doing here? You don't live here. Go back to your house. I don't understand. Why do things have to just be here? I just want to live in a void. I just want to live in a void where I can just focus on my things and not be bothered. This must be why wizards made like towers and stuff. Keep all the riffraff out. I want my house to be a rise from Elden Ring, where you have to like do a dumbass emote puzzle to get inside. Just like, why do you have to sign delivery? Just like, can I just like have a? All right, here here's the antisocial solution to needing to sign packages if they require signature. Have a blood receptacle. I'm really unhinged today. Have a blood receptacle, right? Where you prick your finger on it, and then they get your blood. That's identifiable, and that's me. You have my identity. You know it's me. Why do I have to sign things? What a signature. You know what? The signatures are the most like infuriating thing in the world. Because like, it doesn't matter what it is. It could literally be anything. It's like, okay, then how does that identify me then at all? Does it not matter that much? It's not like it's a fingerprint. Like somebody could replicate it. How are people even able to tell that like you wrote it? I guess handwriting? What if, okay, well, they say your signature can be anything. So what if it was like a smiley face? Anyone can write that the exact same way. You can't analyze that. I should have made my signature that. I really should have. Because now it's like way too long, and like it gets awkward whenever I sign anything, and it sucks. And I wish there was another alternative. Just scan my like eyes, like it's a Black Mesa access denied. Like, do that. Like, can we do something else? I don't know. Okay, I just wish things were simpler. You know what I mean? I wish things were a little simpler. And that would be simpler. It really would. It would. You can't say otherwise. It'd be simpler. Is it actually better or not? Probably not. But I don't know. Personally, I don't care. I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm just kind of yelling at this point for the sake of it, but oh, this is actually enclosed now. Well, on the bottom, and it's phenomenal. I really like that. That is amazing. However, we're not close to being done yet. I don't know. How much longer can I rant about absolutely nothing for? I'm not sure. I need to make more concrete. That's the thing I need to do. I'll do that many, and then I'll do. Where's my die? Where is it? Where is it? It's here. That's a stone cutter. Okay. You know, I should really just start using the recipe book. I say that, yet I'm gonna continue to not use it. Alright, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what else to say anymore. I like blew my whole fuse. My whole fuse went out. I was like Icarus. I went to the sky and my wings melted. I don't even know where to go from there. Man, things sure can be inconvenient, right guys? Oh, I have to turn all of this into... it's fine. It's not gonna take that long. It's fine. Everything's okay. Look. It's gonna be fine, guys. Look. See, you do this, and then you do this. Okay, so now what do I talk about? I don't know. I really don't know. Do you ever feel like everything is coming to an end? That sounds really weird. I mean, like, I don't know. It's hard to say things without, like, I guess spoilers, but that's kind of a weird way to say it. But like, okay, if you ever played Red Dead Redemption 2, sometimes does your real life ever feel like the end of that game sometimes. Not okay. Wait. Let's not. That can be really wrongly misinterpreted. I just mean the atmosphere, like the kind of feeling, the heavy kind of just atmosphere there is. I'm not saying any specific like thing is like happening or anything. I'm just saying like just the general vibe of that ending kind of chapter or so, right? Ending chapters, I guess. That's just, sometimes I feel like that's what my life feels like, a little bit, just like a little bit, where it's like, I don't know, this feeling comes and goes, right? But it's a feeling that I sometimes have, and I don't know why I feel inclined to mention this, because I can't go into detail because I would get banned. I would actually get banned from YouTube. But I had a very, very, very strange dream today. And I wrote notes about it. It came in 3 stages. I literally cannot. I'm gonna beep out. I'm just gonna beep out words. Okay. Can I unlock my phone? Okay. I'm gonna just beep out some words because I'll get banned. Okay. Okay. How do I put this? Oh God. Okay. I'll try to do it while I'm doing this. Okay. So. I need a position where I can actually do this, and it's not like, I'm not like flowing away. That works. Okay, so there's 3 stages to this dream. Every one of them had to do with. Okay, if I just beep everything, it's so vague that it's not good. It could be way worse because it's not that bad, but it's just. I don't want to say it. Okay, I'm gonna just skip the first thing. It has to do with a game that I play that I'm not gonna talk about. Getting an update that adds something that would fit pretty well actually in it. It's just like this is not the world where that kind of thing would make sense because like, you know, they're on like the App Store, so that wouldn't happen. But it got an update like that, and I was like watching a trailer for it in my dream, and I didn't see any of the characters that I really liked in it. So I was like, I don't really care that much. Actually, I don't really care at all. But it did have a lot of the popular characters in it, which makes sense. Anyway, let's just skip past that and forget I said anything. I then had a dream, or the next sequence of the dream is totally separate now. It's a new page, new chapter. So me and a group of friends were in a call. We were playing Escape from Tarkov PvE. And this, in the timeline of reality, is after they added mod support. So this might actually somehow happen in real life. Because I'm pretty sure I've had dreams like this about other games and like updates they get and they end up literally happening and it's like a deja vu thing. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything in certainty. Just whatever. The point is, I might end up having deja vu one day when they add mods to it, thinking, "Oh, this happened before," and not actually remembering the details. And this isn't going where you think it's going. Didn't I say all these 3 chapters had the same topic in common? This one doesn't. This one doesn't. This one doesn't. Okay, I know I was talking about them adding mods to it, and it really sounds like that, but it's not. Okay. Basically, a friend was like screen sharing, and I don't know, we were like testing out some mods, and he was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good, but I'm gonna wait until something and before I actually like put time into it." I don't know. Probably talking about work or something, maybe getting more free time. I don't know. But I need to move this chest, dude. Okay, I think I need to go get some wood. I will need wood for what I'm gonna do here, so let's just go get some. He showed a timeline of interests. Not even just like interests. Okay, like he showed this, he didn't mean to, I don't think. But he showed this timeline, like this graph or whatever, that had a bunch of, I don't know, just like, maybe not interests, maybe interest is the wrong word, but it was almost like a guide of like bandwagons, like things to talk about and bring up and support, like bandwagoning of like, it's really hard to explain it. It's hard to explain like the aspect of it, but it's just, it was like trends, right? It was like trends of like the general populace's opinion about a thing, or like considering a thing. I don't know, some weird like societal norm type thing. Like a timeline of the trending societal norm. Or maybe just his personal ones, which I don't know. They usually coincide. I don't know how it was ordered, but it was something like that. And like the next one, it was like the next one was like scheduled. Like it was scheduled. Like everybody's scheduled to shift opinions to this at some point. And it's like something he'd been vehemently like hating prior. And I remember like seeing that and being like, what? What? Like your like opinions are like on a graph? Like the way you think about things, like what the fuck? Is this like proof that everybody's an NPC? What? Everyone's following orders from some weird graph on Google Docs? And my friend was just like, oh yeah, that's coming up. Everyone's gonna think that, yeah. And then it ended. That was the dream. I don't know. Maybe I just saw into the fucking Matrix and like that's real. I don't think so. I'm kidding. I'm playing it up for the bit. But like, that's just a weird. Why would I dream that? And then I had a final dream, and this is a very interesting one. This does kind of relate to the first thing, except it's real life. Let me make sure I'm not just standing here and talking first. Apologies, guys. I'm kind of new to this, you know. All right, let's go cut some trees. So, my final dream. Again, I wrote all this down because when I have specific dreams, I try to write them down because I think there's a lot of value to that. Also, I just like getting nostalgic and remembering because I do forget eventually, and I wouldn't want to forget. Okay. So, it was a dream where I was at some party. It was like this fancy, like, coastal, you know, Central American kind of like mansion, like this really sweet, awesome place. And it was just like pools with crystal water and, you know, tons of like, just, I don't know, it was just a really grand environment. And it was like a place where it was a party where there were a lot of services for free for everybody who was attending. Let's put it that way. And basically, I remember I'm there with my brother, by the way, which is weird. Very kind of weird. I don't know. Would you go to a strip club with your brother? Is that normal? I don't know, because I would never probably ever be in an environment like that to begin with. But it's basically that. And so basically there's a ton of guys coming in and out doing their thing, and the group I go in with is they're like how do I put this? They're like gangsters. They're like gangsters, like organized, well-off, scary fucking guys that kill people for fun. You know what I mean? That's the people I go in with, and we're like on the same page there. And it's like, oh yeah, we're fine. We're bros right now, I guess. And then they, like, right before things are gonna happen, you know, and man, this is like weird. This is such a weird goddamn scenario. This is a weird dream I had against my will. I don't choose what I dream, okay? But The more I delay, the worse it sounds. You know, I got to kiss a girl, right? And then right before things were gonna get good, they handed me a note, and it's really fucked up. Like, it's basically, hey, we want to kill this person, and here's how. And there's like a really grotesque image of how they did it to someone else before attached. And I didn't know whether to interpret that as they're gonna kill me, or they want me to kill someone else, or they're implicating me so that I have to like cooperate with them. Which I would have been okay with. I don't know, but it was really off-putting and grotesque and more detailed than anything else in that dream, and horrible. And basically, it ended right there. I didn't get to see anything after that. And I didn't know what to think of it, right? I kind of spent some time when I woke up just thinking about those dreams and like what they might mean. And I think I came to a realization that all of those things have to do with one trait of mine, and that is, I guess it's fear. I guess it's fear, right? They were meant to scare me, in some way or another. They were meant to be scary to me. And I don't know what to feel about that. It makes me feel sad. Because it's almost like I'm haunted by these fears that I have. And I guess now I want to, after all of that, kind of talk about that, right? And I guess like this kind of links back to what I said earlier with the ever feels like it's the end type thing. Where it's like, what do I fear the most? It's probably, I don't know, I can't ever accept good things. They always have to come with a caveat. They always have to come with a downside. Like, everything good has to have an ulterior motive. It has to all crumble and collapse. I can't have good things. I can't have nice things. They will always end badly. Nothing will go the way that I would want most. No matter how close it might seem. No matter how just like this is happening. I see it right now. Things are turning out like this. No. They never will. They will always go wrong. They will always go bad. And I will never have anything good. That is my fear. And it's a fear that has been kind of realized to me a lot. Many times. Now, is that to say that I actually think that? No. Of course, good things can happen to me. They happen to everyone all the time. There is no force behind it that would be preventing me from ever feeling a certain way or having anything specific happen to me. There is no such thing in my way, and I know that. I recognize that. But I'm still scared otherwise of it anyway. Because at the end of the day, that is what my experience has been. That most good things that happen, I don't know, there's always something that kind of goes wrong. Nothing ever quite goes the way I want it to. And I don't know how to do it that way. That is something that I've felt. I mean, with specific types of things, you know, with specific things. I think back and I'm like, every time some things are going really nicely or some things are going really well, it's like they just crumble and fall apart, and it's like, I don't know, it's a scary thought. It's a scary thought. Now, I guess it was just kind of manifesting in those dreams, I guess. That there's something out of my control, right? Things don't go the way I want them to. And There's always something awful and horrible and grotesque waiting around the corner to put a stop to whatever might be going on. There's always something that's ready to just tear it all down by the seams. That's what I fear. And even though I'm well aware that there's no such thing, the feeling is still there, and it's terrifying, to say the least. I guess it's one of my greatest fears, that nothing can go well. Nothing can go right. Every time anything might go a certain way, it'll always backfire. Something will take that from me. Something will take it from me. Every time I want anything, something will take that thing away from me. And then it makes me think, maybe that's because I don't have anything at all. Basically, that's what my fears amount to. All in all. And it's probably what they've always felt. It's probably all they've always been. I remember when I was a kid, I was terrified of being abandoned. And I remember one time, I might have told this story before, but my mom was very late to pick me up. She was always waiting for me at the end of school to pick me up. This one day, this is before I had a phone, this one day, she was not there. And that made me so scared. I was having like a panic attack. Like my heart was pounding, and I was just like, I was basically crying. Just, she wasn't there, right? She was just late, was all it was. But it had me absolutely devastated. And I didn't know what to do. I felt so lost. I felt like everything was so out of my control. And it really sucked. And that was the first and only time I've ever walked home from school, because I did know the way home. I also wasn't very far, you know. It's just that was something I was entirely unaccustomed to. It was something it was entirely alien to me to walk home. I knew other kids did it. I knew they did it and they were fine. I wasn't afraid of anything in particular, like, happening. You know, it was just, this is not something I do. This isn't me. I don't walk home. I get driven home. So what the hell's going on now? Is something horrible? I don't know. I got so paranoid. I got so scared. But I walked home anyway. I told myself in the moment, I was like, because I needed something. I needed some anchor, right? So I told myself, like, I swear an oath I'm gonna get home by myself. And I walked home. And I did get home. But I regret that, because when I got home, my mom wasn't there. And then she arrived home, and she thought something happened to me. And she was, God, dude, just remembering it, she was so sad. But then she was so happy to see me, but she was also mad because I did something so weird. And I guess it was nice to feel like, oh, I probably wasn't the only one that was that scared then. And I'm glad everything worked out. Yeah. That was pretty serious. That was pretty serious talk, huh? Pretty serious. I'm glad that I shared that story. Basically, I've always been afraid. And even when I was kind of doing the right... even when I came out on top, I still had reason to be... like, that really wasn't the right thing to do. I should have just waited, because she was coming to get me, right? She got there, and I wasn't there, because I didn't know she was still coming. I don't know why I didn't think that. Obviously, she was coming for me. But I just didn't know. And I wonder if it's a feeling anyone will ever have nowadays when, like, smartphones are so common. Like, this was back when it was, like, people didn't get raised on iPads, right? It was, like... I had to be like a teenager to get a phone. I had to be like, I I don't think I got my first phone until I was like 13 or 14 or something. That's really rare nowadays, which is, don't know if that's how it should be, but like, I mean, being able to contact people is good and all, but, and it would have stopped that whole situation from happening, right? But, I mean, it was a different kind of era. I just didn't have that capability. And so I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to believe. Anyway, I don't know what to put up there. Am I gonna extend the floor one more, or am I gonna do a quartz thing? I don't know. I don't remember what I had planned for that. Again, this is, I can't touch this yet. I'm gonna make a thing there, so that's just gonna stay. I was gonna line this with something, wasn't I? But what? It wouldn't just be more concrete, would it? I would have started on it preemptively if it was. Okay, I'm gonna do something that I think would fit most, according to my tastes, which is how a building works. Or my own building works, I should say. So let's do this. Turn these into pillars, all of them. I don't even care if it's wasteful. I'm doing it anyway. And we're gonna line that with pillars. Also, I need a lot of glass panes, which I can make a good amount. There you go. Okay, I don't know what the moral of all these stories is, by the way. I mean, I guess it is just, I've always been afraid. I've always been afraid. Fear's always kind of consumed me in my life. And it gets the best of me very easily, and that hasn't changed at all. It really hasn't changed. Should I do that vertically or horizontally? I think I should do that horizontally. Let's fix this. And one of the reasons I started the YouTube channel was to try and kind of best that fear, right? To get over it and to kind of, you know, have some kind of control again. And I guess it has made me a bit of a control freak. A little bit. I definitely have a lot of fear and concern, and I have a lot of, I guess you could say, I wouldn't say trauma, because there's nothing like this in particular has happened to me, but I just always fear that something, I'll just put it this way, I always fear that something is going to take what I have away from me, and it's always been that way. There was some videos, one of these Minecraft videos, I talked about how I was being a little more vulnerable, and I was talking about how I was like kind of, I guess, afraid that like it was too late, right? Everything I wanted to do it was too late. And the main reason for that is because I fear that someone or something, whatever, someone's gonna be me before I get to be me. That thought terrifies me, because I am all I have. If somebody becomes me and everybody sees that first, then it's not me anymore, it's them. I'm being them now, but that's all I had, so what will I be? I don't know. That terrifies me like nothing else. I guess you could say nobody can be you because you are you, and I have said that. That was a very repetitive, not repetitive in a bad way, but that was almost the thing that I kind of, I guess, chanted very frequently in the early days of the channel, on the commentaries and like Minecraft and stuff. Probably, I think I said this in Minecraft beta a very solid number of times. Nobody but me can be me. But that's just me kind of I guess coping, because I don't think that's actually true. I'm just saying that. I do think that someone else can be me, and I think they can be me a lot better than I can be me. And I feel like I'm so late on that there's nothing I can do about it now. That it's all just over, you know what I mean? Everything that I wanted to be and do, it's like will it work anymore? I think it's all so far gone. It's all ideas I got 4 years ago, you know? It's like, it's all gone. There's no world in which it'll ever work, right? There's just so much to consider. There's so many hurdles. There's so many. And that's what sucks, right? Because I really do want to do something, right? And that's like rare. But it's almost tragic, honestly, that the reality is nothing will come of it. It's tragic because not that I'm spiteful or anything, but I think there's a lot of people that, I don't know. No, I can't put it that way. That's a bad way to put it. That's an irresponsible way to put it. The responsible way to put it is, well, I wish I started things a lot sooner, for one, but also, I don't know, do I really? I don't think I do, because then I have turned out differently, and I don't want that. So, I guess what I really think is, I just have to keep trying, keep struggling, and there's probably some way it will work. I kind of lost my train of thought. Damn it, I really did. I really lost my train of thought. Okay, I think it's rare for someone to have such a drive, right? At least I think so. It's a rare thing. But being able to kind of make that known it's like impossible to do that. But also, it's like the most important thing, right? But there's a lot more people out there that might be a lot more aimless, and that's fine. Ultimately, I am. You know, this is all some final thing to tack onto it all, that everything in between. You know, it is about the journey more than the destination, but it really sucks when you've considered that destination so much and what that means for you and everyone around you, and it's like there's lessons that you'd like to learn in the process of doing such a thing, and also in sharing it, so that everybody who feels the way you do can also get closure, not just yourself. But there's so much unknown. It's nothing more than a concept of a conclusion. And ultimately, it's kind of meaningless, because what does that even matter, right? If you haven't figured that part out yet. That's the part that needs figuring out. The other stuff doesn't. The other stuff is just kind of a vehicle to get there. I feel like I'm starting to not make any sense to anyone but myself in this exact current moment. So I'm probably gonna silence myself now and call it here. But basically the general point of the day is introspection is good. Introspection is nice. And I do think that it's important to look back every now and then and realize just how much you have to go through, so how much you have to do. I've come a pretty long way. I have. But I also just feel like I will never be satisfied until it's done. You know what I mean? The closest thing I can do is kind of relate this to like some kind of revenge story, where it's like, no matter how many bad guys I kill along the way to the one I need to kill, I'm not going to be satisfied until I kill that last bad guy, right? And I know I'm going to do it that way. I'm using this as a metaphor. I'm not gonna hurt anybody. I want to help people, okay? But it's just a similar thing, where it's like, this is the easiest way to visualize it, okay? Just visualize it, and it's just the concept that matters, nothing else, okay? But But it's like no matter how many little bad guys I kill, no matter how many henchmen I kill, nothing changes. I have to kill that thing. Let's put it that way. It's a curse. It's a demon, all right? I gotta slay this demon. No matter how many imps I kill along the way, it doesn't matter until the demon is dead. Except this demon is metaphorical. You get the point. How is that gonna happen? I don't know. But I don't think anyone else is trying to hunt this demon either. But what if they do? And they do it better than I do? Well, it's more like I want to specifically go about how I want to kill that demon. Actually, I wouldn't care if anyone else killed that demon. In fact, that'd be a good thing, because ultimately what I want is it dead. But if somebody hunts demons the way I hunt demons, then what do I have? What will I be and what will I do? Nothing. I'll have nothing. That is the best way for me to explain my fears. That is the best way for me to explain how I feel with those metaphors. And I think that is something that can maybe be related, people maybe can relate to. But I'm not sure. That's up to you. I hope this was a meaningful conversation. I was very vulnerable today. And I don't think I can ever even match this if I tried in the future, because I can't really retell this, can I? And I don't really have much else. I don't think there's any other stories that are very similar, so this was a special episode. And we made some very, very solid progress on them all. In fact, we're ready to start working on the second floor next time. What? I never thought I would say that. Once I finish the second floor, I'm gonna make the roof, and then we're just gonna put stores in, and we're done. And maybe the maintenance hallways. We're almost done! Don't think about it. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Minecraft. But that's gonna do it for today. You know, thanks for watching, as always. I appreciate it. It means a lot. But until next time, you know I always come back. And while I have been snippy, you know I'll see you around. I hope that you do.